So, folks, I want to really address something that I've been seeing circulate, and I do think that we need to have a serious discussion about op, uh, ops, frankly. A lot of folks within Democratic circles don't quite realize that the GOP is constantly planning ops to make the left look bad, right? To either plant people in order to make protests look more violent, or to plant people to spread stories about insane leftist rhetoric, et cetera, right? Like, we know that that happens. We know that that happens not infrequently. But that also happens in politics too. And I want to talk specifically about a campaign that is running in Texas right now. And this seems to be largely a product of like internet manufactured drama. There is a candidate named Maureen Galindo, right? Who is running for the House of Representatives. And her platform includes some truly awful stuff that some people might not look too deeply into. Some people on the left might not look too deeply into and just wholeheartedly throw themselves into, right? So, what exactly is this? First of all, Maureen Galindo, this is great. She's a housing activist. She works to get people housed. That doesn't sound bad. However, she is also someone who I gotta be honest, it seems to be cuckoo bananas. Like, she's let's see if I can find like her platform here. Basically, she is running and is saying stuff on social media while talking about herself in the third person, I want to add, talking about how she wants to turn a ICE detention center into a prison for American Zionists and former ICE officers for human trafficking. And I'm going to provide a direct quote here. It will also be a castration processing center for pedophiles, which will probably be most of the Zionists. So, like, I don't know much about the Texas political climate here, but like, I know that there are probably some people who like glazed over some of the things she's been saying, but like advocating that we should turn like a like a concentration camp into a like the eunuch production line from ice pirates. That's a deep cut for those of you out there. Like, that's really wild. That's really weird. And it is also worth noting that according to the New York Times, most of the ads that are propping up her campaign at this moment are run out of a uh, political action committee called Lead Left. And, well, basically, what exactly is Lead Left? It's a GOP operation. Like, it was put together by the GOP specifically to boost outsider candidates to fracture like the Democratic voting base. This isn't like this isn't like a conspiracy theory. That's just like what it is. That's what Lead Left's funding is. That's what their operation and intent is. And what they're trying to do is get a candidate into the race to basically undermine any other Democrats that are going to come in, and then the GOP candidates get to run against a wackadoo crazy person, right? It's basically the Hillary Clinton campaign in 2016 paying to put ads for Donald Trump out into the wild to try and boost Donald Trump's campaign because he was an outsider and seen as too wackadoo crazy to actually elect, right? It's just the inverse of the Hillary Clinton campaign. And it's weird. It's deeply weird. Also, when she was asked if she was anti-Semitic, she responded, "I'm not anti-Semitic. In fact, my last serious relationship was with a Jewish man." And like, again, I cannot stress this enough how terrible of an answer that is. Also, it's very clear to me that she's laundering her anti-Semitism, because I'm going to give you guys another quote. Quote, "When I said that the Jews who own Hollywood are doing this, do all Jews own Hollywood? No, the Zionist Jews do. The Zionist Jews own our media, our banks, and all of our politicians." And so, like, this is what I mean when, like, I say, like, there is real anti-Semitism on the left. This is one of the reasons why when I see folks in chat using terms like Zio, I discourage that. That is the language of fucking David Duke right there. All right, this is why, like, there is an ongoing effort led by people like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens to mainstream anti-Semitism by doing exactly what this lady is doing, but from the right. And so I just, like, we're doing, like, the Jewish question right here, but from a Democratic candidate. And this getting, like, pumped up by the conservatives is no surprise to me.
How
but
could
like,
I be fucking the Jews when the last person I fucked was a Jew?
if I mean, that is what she's saying. And like, it's always been like a terrible attempt to deflect, right? This is why you gotta can't ultra leftist too hard in anti-Zionism chat. You just go around to horseshoe theorying and doing JQ. I mean, if you aren't careful, if you aren't engaged in like critical thought, if you are just like seeing buzzwords and going along with it, that's not a good way to go through politics. You are gonna have stunted growth. You are not gonna understand what the fuck you're talking about. And it's like if Bad Empanada ran for Congress. Yeah. So, I mean, the good news is folks like James Tallarico in Texas aren't falling for this shit and are refusing to campaign alongside her. But, you know, insert Batman meme, like, snapping the gun. These are the tools of the enemy and we will not use them, you know? And, like, I'm just here to tell you, like, this isn't a deep dive into this person or anything, but it is I am here to tell you, like, stop, breathe, and, like, actually evaluate candidates based on what they're saying, instead of relying on buzzwords and dog whistles from the left to indicate, or virtue signals, rather, from the left to indicate, like, who's legit, you know? I don't know. I guess this is just your warning, chat. We're going into a time where this conflation may in fact become more and more common, and you gotta be on your guard against this shit. Okay? You gotta be on your guard against this shit, because folks like Nick Fuentes, folks like Tucker Carlson, folks like Candace Owens, they're getting more sophisticated with what they're doing and how they're trying to do it. What's the name of the candidate again? This is Maureen Galindo. Do, of course, tread carefully, friends, because there are a lot of people who are going to be trying to take advantage of your good intentions in order to secure political gain, secure monetary gain, and, like, it is of the utmost importance that we seek to develop critical thought in order to defend ourselves and inoculate ourselves against shit tier attempts to co-opt the virtuous rage against genocidal movements. All that being said, folks, You got to get organized. You got to get organized to kick out those corporate Dems. You got to get organized to kick out crazies who are seeking to undermine the entire movement. You got to get involved. You got to get involved. You got to get loud. Join your local Dems. Join your local DSA. Organize with local labor. And folks, if you need help, we can get you started. Join our Discord. Reach out to GamerG for help with your local DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. And if you got anything out of this, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Comments longer than 8 words really help in the algorithm. And also, what else do you think we should be looking out for? What are the green flags you want to look out for? Maybe that's a better one. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com. Gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes, also tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks. It is super comfortable, non-tucking, very sexy lingerie. Go check it out, ImogeneOlivia.com. Link down in the description. Let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, dating, flame more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat.